Hi and welcome to my channel. My name's Natalie and this is Sew Stitch Sew Nat. You can find me on Instagram as Sew Stitch Sew. I'll put it above because of the homophones and the underscores. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. Thank you for subscribing. This channel is predominantly about cross stitch with a few other crafts thrown in, but today it's all about the cross stitch. It's my mid-year WIP parade with the finishes thrown in when they were started. I have notes, I have my iPad with my spreadsheet on rather than as the postman walks past and distracts me. This is probably my 8th start, so we're doing alright today. Feel a little bit out of practice. It's been about 3 weeks since my last video, I think. Life's kind of got in the way, but I'm not going to go into that on this one. I brought forward 24 projects because I wanted to get down to under 25 before we started 2024. I'm planning to start my Marilia on the 1st of January, so 24 was the goal. I am now sat at 42. Yeah, kind of went on a bit of a starting frenzy. So I've started 27 things, I think. 28 things this year. Yeah, hey ho. I could almost do the 50, I think, Sarah and Sally, so we'll see how that goes. So I'll start in chronological order, oldest to newest, and like I say, I'll show you the finishes along the way. I've got a couple where I've gifted them, so I will pop photos in for them, and I have very few FFOs. The two that were gifted were the only FFOs, so yeah, probably need to do some of that as well. I've unzipped all the bags but not de-hooped everything, or de-scroll framed or anything, so we'll see how it goes. If it gets too long, I might chop some bits out, so it might be a little bit choppy, but my plan is to sort of try and limit the editing as much as possible. So we have 52 projects to get through, so let's get started. I say I've unzipped all that, I just realised I've not unzipped this, so I have to get it out, but everybody knows this one anyway. It is Dimensions Victorian Charm, and it's on 18 count navy Ada, all kit supplies, and this is where I'm at. So I've still got the bit at the top, the skies, the other bit of house to do here. There's a little, sorry, it's hanging through. There's a little bit more down here. So there's like some more garden here, gates, and yeah, still quite a lot to do. I would say it's probably maybe not even halfway, because a load of back stitch to go in as well. Why I'm leaving that to the end, I have no idea, because it will drive me crazy. So yeah, that was started back in December 2020 as a Christmas gift for my husband, and I worked on that for a total of 4 days. I've kind of finished my WIP go, but not, because I went a little bit further than the window, so I just need to fill in the bits that I didn't finish, and then I'll call that WIP go done. Next one was started on the 1st of January 2021, and that is the Darth Vader, which was a kit that I got from eBay. Cross Stitch Kingdom, so it's a paper pattern. It's not the easiest. I think it's a scanned image I've got in at the minute, that I'm just highlighting as I go. I've got a paper copy in here that I've also been colouring in, so I'm not sure which one I'm using at the minute. But I have worked on it for 2 days. The WIP goal was to work on it for 5 days. Yeah, it's showing up a lot better there. So you can really see the navy on black, but you need good daylight for this one. And I'm stitching it 2/2 on 25 count black Lugana, which is what I've subbed in, because my youngest wants it as a cushion. And he's still into Star Wars. We're doing alright. It'll get a finish sometime. He's 9, so yeah, to crack on with that one. But it's not my favourite thing to work on, but I am getting better with the darker fabrics, so there is that. Next is my Hello Sunshine by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I started this when it was a mystery stitch on, and I'll find a photo and pop it in. And I have completed part 1 and 2. It looks like I've started part 3, and I've not prepared for this, am I? So that's where that's at. I subbed out for an 18 count Foba by Zweigart. I'm going to persist with stitching this one and 2 more on this fabric, and then that's it. I'm not going to play it again. You really have to go 1 stitch at a time, stab and poke, otherwise the stitches slip. Yeah, I'm not. If you're doing the Danish method, I think it is, where you go across, all the way across and then back again, your stitches can slip then, so you're better off doing the English method 1 stitch at a time. I think I've got that the right way around. Doing that, all the kit threads, I think originally it came with an Ada or an even weave, but I just subbed it out. And that was started on the 28th of May 2021. And I've spent 3 days on that. What I've not touched this year is Twisted Band Sampler by Northern Needlework Expressions, and every time I see it on Queen and Stitching I want to get it out. And she's rattling on with hers. I'll show you what it looks. So this is the one with the speciality stitches. And I'm using the Call for DMC, not the Dinky Dyes. That's what that looks like. I got it as a PDF from Etsy. I think you can buy it on their own website now, or you can get it as a paper pattern from some ONSs, so online or local needle workshops. I'm doing mine on a 36 count white Zweigart linen. And that's what mine looks like. So keep the image there to keep me going. We did fall out. Yeah, we fell out big time because I'd stitched all of that and then realised there was a row missing. And I've obviously put that row back in and started on the another cross stitch section of band, and then went, yeah, I'll put it down, I've had enough. Which I think was right at the end of 2023. I think what year we were in then, crazy. So yeah, that's not had any love this year, and that was started on the 3rd of September 2021. This next one was a stitch along as well. It started on the 8th of October 2021. And this is Fantastic. It was a mystery stitch along, and it was a Netflix and Stitch SAL. All I've got is like the outside image, and you'll see where I've sort of like decided I'm putting things. So each month you had 2 programs you could choose from. Some of which I did watch, some of which I didn't. And there's a nod to Stranger Things, which the husband watches, but I don't. So that is where I'm at with that. I have moved some of the programs around. So I've got Orange is the New Black that I need to finish, and Emily in Paris. And then I've got Lucifer to go in, and Jenny in Georgia. And then I've got 3 that I want to design myself and put in. I've got the basics of them, I just need to get it in there. In theory this shouldn't take too long to do. And I've already hit my WIP Go goal on, which was to finish a block, which I finished the Queen's Gambit, which is a checkerboard. Stitched in the Call for DMC on a 14 count white Ada, might be 16 count. Yeah, 16 count white Ada. I don't know if that's still available or not. I think I got it off Etsy. Next is Gingerbread Village. Which will be coming out for Jolly July. I should really do a plans for Jolly July, but yeah, basically anything Christmassy will be coming out. So I can't remember where this is already at, but my WIP Go goal is to get it to, where are we, 70%. I think it's around the 50% mark. And there's no back stitch or anything. And this is by Little Fox Stitching. Yeah. You can, I'll link it down below, but you can get this pattern now from a site that's sort of similar to Etsy, like a immediate PDF download. So I'll put that down below. And I'm stitching this on a 25 count pearl grey, a 28 count Murano, sorry, 2/2. I don't know, had I realised how big it was, I don't think I would have done it, on a smaller count, but I'm stitching it in all the Core 4 DMC, but yeah, so that'll come out. Hopefully I'll get it to 70% this year. Ideally I'd like to get it finished next year, maybe. See if that's a possibility. Sorry. I'm not doing bags, but that was a Sobe Bags Pauline on Instagram. Wonderful bags, can't recommend highly enough. Watch her Instagram. She'll sometimes post like previews of the fabric before it goes live. I think there might be one today, but by the time this goes out they'll all be gone because they go like that. And I've not touched that this year, and that was a start on the 4th of November 2021. I've got a feeling Sobe Sarah inspired me to start that. And there's a lot of inspiration around the whole place, but yeah. Then we are on to 2022. I start with? Oh yeah, 2022. Just a second. Sorry, just needed a drink. So the next project and my first finish in chronological order, not my first finish for this year, is the Stitching Book Club, Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe. This was a SAL, it's no longer available. It was a limited edition. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Belfast Snow by Zweigart. Not all called for DMC because I didn't have them at the time, because we're talking February 2022. And then I've just lost my piece of paper. I finished this in May, 18th of May this year. I have an idea of how I want to finish it, I just need to check if it'll fit. But yeah. Yeah, I think it was slow progress with the top. It was 3 bands. I think it was very slow progress to get that bit done, and then my WIP goal was to get this bit done, and then I just went for it on here because there's a lot of back stitch and it's a bit more constantly changing colours and whatnot up here, and it's a bit more blocky down here, so it's a little bit easier. So yeah, that is finished. Next is Let's Do What We Love and Do It A Lot, and this always causes debate. I'm leaving it as it is. So that's what it looked like, and this is by Jeanette Douglas. I'm stitching this in all the called for on a 40 count cream Newcastle Zweigart linen, and I have hanging threads and can't tell which way is back to front. So I got this out in part of March Madness and did 1 day's work on it because it didn't go through to the next round, but I'd love to get this finished. There is still quite a bit to go on there, but I'm finding that I'm enjoying 40 count at the minute, when the eyes allow, not all the time. So that is that. I'm doing that 1/2. Oops. Piece of paper goes flying on the floor. I will pick that up once we've got to the end of 2023. Because 2024 is down on the floor in order mainly. Next is my sampler book, and I have spent 36 days on this. So once it's finished it will turn into a book. And this is by Erica Michaels. So when you buy this chart, you're buying essentially the cover and a conversion, and then all the pages were like a freebie years ago, and that is still available. Right, I've not started my letter for next month, but I'm up to date now. So in my last video I was 2 behind. I might just quickly whisk through all of these and then you can see all of them. I've got names written on them. Right. So you'll see there's quite a lot of excess fabric on a lot of these. So we have A for Algerian eyelet and B for butterfly stitch. These are all my own colour conversions, and that one's on an antique white, Zweigart linen. They're predominantly on Zweigart. Then we have Cashmere Stitch and Diamond Ray. That one's on a Belfast linen Vintage Blue Skies, although this is on the back because I started stitching, then realised and wasn't going to unpick it. That's that one. Then we have the English stitch and the four-sided stitch. I believe this is a yellow linen, 32 count Zweigart again. I haven't written it on my little slip. So most of the time I'm sort of keeping close to what the original was like. In other cases not. And then we've got the Greek stitch and the herringbone stitch on light blue, Belfast light blue linen. They're all 32 count. And then we have Belfast Cream, which is the Italian cross stitch and the Jerusalem cross stitch. I love that ice cream one. I can't. Yeah, I've drawn out the pink a bit more on mine. That was the original. A bit more muted, but I've gone a bit more stronger with mine. Then we have, I think this is natural or raw, the Kensington cross stitch and the Lathian cross stitch. And I can't remember which letters I've done this year and which letters I've done last year, so apologies. I know we're definitely in this year at the minute, but yeah, so I've done a letter a month so far, or page a month. And this is the only perming fabric out of the bunch. I can't remember what it was called. No. And we've got the Mosaic stitch and the Norwich stitch. My Norwich stitch is slightly out. I think I'm half a stitch out or something, I can't quite remember, but it looks fine, so I'm going to leave it as is. I love the colours of both of those. Even though it's a stiffer linen, it was even stiffer than this when I first got it out. I love the colour and would stitch on it again. If it was the right project. So this is on 32 count flax linen. This is oblong stitch and the periwinkle stitch. I love those pineapples, they're great. So that's a bit of a bigger piece because I chopped a bit off for the next project, which is Strawberry Fields Forever. And this will bring you up to date. And this is on Dirty 32 count. And this is Queen Stitch and Running Stitch, which are both Fun Stitch as well. I think I remember saying that her face was really pale last time. You can't, I'm not changing it. That's that. yeah, so I've got the cover to do and then the rest of the alphabet pages, and the cover is a 32 count black linen. It's not been called for on my WIP Go yet, but I may start it anyway. I need to prepare the fabric as well. I haven't even done that yet. Sorry, I'm going to have to bend down for this one. Yeah, so I've got all the called for bits. I just need to prepare the fabric, and this one's ready to go for next month. But I always sort of like do an orange stitch around the page, and then I know where to start and roughly where my pages for finishing should start and end. But like I said, I'm not going to FFO any of that until all the stitching's done, just so I can make sure everything lines up as it should. Next is another finish, which I spent 11 days on this year, which is it's on 32 count Belfast flax, and this is Blackbird Designs Strawberry Fields Forever. I started this as part of Stitch Beetles with Marie, but I know there's quite a few hashtags going on now with the Beetles stitching cross-stitch across the globe. Has got one or is taking part in one, or check out their channel. Stitched in called for apart from old brick, which I used Aztec red, and I did have a bit of an accent with the fence wall, but it's staying. Absolutely love that. I love all the reds in it. I love stitching the house, love stitching the wall. The bits in between not so much. Yeah, I think I like stitching houses. I think I've come to that conclusion basically. So that was started the 6th of May 2022 and finished the 5th of April 2024, and I spent 11 days on it this year. Then we are on to Always Remember, which I've not picked up this year. That was started on the 12th. This is started on the 12th of May, and this is the rest of the light blue linen 32 count Belfast. The scissors are stuck to the needle minder. Don't know why I've got two needle minders on here. I am adapting mine slightly. If I show you what it should look like, that's what it should look like. But I've decided not to have the eagles and the flag, and I'm changing the words to Lest We Forget. That's what it should look like. This is where I'm up to. I think I finished charting it out as how I want it to look, but I can't show you because I haven't got it with me. Yeah, it's just a copy of working copy. So my next one is Silver Creek Samplers, my Christmas list, which looks like this. This is where I'm at. It's on a 36 count Edinburgh linen by Zweigart in Country Vintage Mocha. So I'm just over halfway. I've put this down on my WIP Go as a finish, but I don't think it will be. We shall see, but it'll be coming out next week. Haven't decided what order I'm doing things in for Jolly July yet. stitched 4 in the call for DMC, 2/1, like I say, on a 36 count, which was my first 36 count, and I really should edge that fabric because it's beyond chaos, which would help with sewing it, but anyway. And I started that one the 1st of July 2022, 3rd of July 2022, I just realised I've gone slightly out of order. Sorry, I have stitched on that for 2 days. It's this one I haven't stitched on, which was started on the 1st of July 2022, which is Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Christmas Wreath. And I took my inspiration from Yokohama Stitchery Reseal and did it on a dark red fabric, and haven't even made it fast the first part because originally this was a SAL. I got it after the SAL, but you can still see where the parts were. That's coming up as a very bright red. It's more of a burgundy red. That's where I'm at with that. Like I say, I haven't touched it this year, but it will come out next month. Stitched with all the call for DMC, but on so I got burgundy 32 count even weave. I think my WIP goal was to finish the part. If I finish the first part, I'm happy with that. I think the bow underneath is within that. Next is Beach Bliss from 20th of August 2022, and I started this with Cardiff Stitcher Danielle, and it's my first full coverage. It's Heaven and Earth, artwork by Amy Stewart, charted by Haid. It's on a 25 count full cross 1/1 25 count Magana. I can't remember what percentage I am at, not very far. I was using Royal Roads, wasn't getting on with that particularly well. I do use Pattern Keeper for this. Like I say, it's not been out this year yet, but I think my goal is just to get on WIP goes just to get to a certain percentage. That's what it should look like. It's upside down. Don't know why there's a big wet hole in it, but anyway. It's obviously got wet at some point. That's slightly blurry because I've tried to expand the image. It shouldn't be that blurry in reality. Stitched in all the call for DMC. Originally I was going to do it 2/1 full cross. Realised it was 2. I've had a few starts on it. I just haven't picked it out. And I thought this thing was a lantern. It's actually a parrot. I think I will at some point get this back out. I've got 2 needle mines on there as well. Yeah, I might go through some of my projects after this, just do a little bit of tidying up. I love like these little easy bob things. They're definitely helpful if you've got a lot of strands hanging around. But I'm kind of doing a mixture of Royal Roads and just cross country, extreme cross country. Definitely cross country. But, yeah. So that's in Pattern Keeper. So yeah. It also harks back to the time when I broke my foot that year. Sitting around not being really able to do that much. Hey ho. I've also got a diamond painting that's still on the go from then, which was my first diamond painting. Just started for a bit smaller really, but it is calling to me a little bit. The diamond painting, not that. Next, friends' quotes, and I've worked on this for 7 days already this year and completed my task, which was to get the top half of it done. This is by Stitch Area. Don't know if it's still available. It was on Etsy. That's what it'll look like. It's on a 14 count white Ada, call for DMC, 2/1 even. I've done all the back stitches I've gone. So basically I've got another half under here to do. Love stitching on that, so that's had 7 days. That's over there as well. Yes, that's the project I had the dialogue issue with DMC. That's all unpicked and that's sort of finished now. So, yeah. Next is my opening gambit. Which I started on the 19th of November 2022. And this is by Long Dog. Inspired by Bernie again, hooking, well actually no, the Northern Needleworks expressions I'd already started before she started. She inspired me to start this though. I'm doing mine on a 36 count Edinburgh white linen with cottage garden threads ampersand, and I'm doing it 1/2. I'm currently about 11%. I want to get to 15% for my WIP goal. My gridding went off, so sorry about the hanging threads. But as you can see, I'm going all the way around the edge at the minute, trying to make sure everything's in the right place. Yeah, that's what that looks like. Essentially I've done quite a lot of this top corner previously. But you can see like the variegated thread, so it goes from like a black to a grey. And that sulky slither, I can't remember what colourway, but it's like a gold colour. Yeah, so I didn't want to take part in the Long Dog Neat Day start, because I already had that one on the go. I knew I wasn't making that much progress on it, but I suddenly seem to have got into it a bit, and I'm stitching that on Pattern Keeper. Next I have my Love Quilts SAL, which is a unicorn, and I don't have a picture of it, so I have to insert one. I should have finished this a long time ago. I'm still working on it. I'm doing this on GoodNotes, and that's where that's at. I think I've done part 1, 2 and 3. I think it's 6 parts in total. Isn't available for sale. Basically I'll stitch it and send it off, wash it, iron it and send it off, and it'll be turned into a quilt for a child that just needs a bit of extra attention, and needs a love quilt basically. If you want to know more about that, I can put the link below, or check out Cheshire Stitcher Lindsay. She does quite a lot for that charity. And I've done 2 things, one of which I need to check I changed the dimensions a little while ago, so I need to check if that's still okay dimension wise. If it's not, I'll just do something with personal use. You can only get the charts if you're a member and sign up to Stitch things. You can do any child block as well. But yeah, like I say, either check out their website or Lindsay's Flosstube. I'm going to pause for a drink. Right, so next is one of my bigger projects. This was started the 1st of January 2023, and that is my chatelaine evening in the park. This is my first chatelaine, predominantly called for, there's the odd exception to that, and that is what that looks like on 32 count country vintage mocha, even weave. I've not got the big crystals on there, but I've got like little seed beads, and that is where that's up to. Effectively, I've completed part 1 and part whatever the last part is, because the centre part is the last part, whereas this bit is part 1. So I've completed my WIP go, which was to finish a part on that. I haven't made a project back for this one yet. The intention was to. I made some other ones, but not one for this one yet. As I send everything flying. It's absolute chaos in here now. Next project was the one I am stitching for a family member that's no longer stitching. I can't find this anywhere, so I don't think it's available. This is a pin. You can see the paper is really glossy. This is what it should look like. It was a kit. I have restarted on a 14 count white Zweigart Ada, but using the kit threads. I'm just hoping I've got enough. I'm stitching this on Good Notes. I tried all sorts to get this. Try photocopying it, scanning it, all sorts, to try and get a working copy that I could work with. She looks really cute on camera, apart from the fact he's got a dog for an eyeball. So yeah, this is a square piece of fabric. Ideally it should have been more wider, but that's where that's at. So I need to stitch that and try and get it. I have picked it up recently and done a lot of work on it, so I spent 7 days on it recently, due to some life stuff, which I'm not going to go into. So yeah, ideally would like to get it finished this year. Whether I can is another thing. So I have a few goals set out for myself. When you get onto the blocks, it's not that bad. It's just the black that's on there is like, just the chart is just not easy to read at all. So it's a little bit harder work. When you get going on it, it's fine. I spent 1 day on this one, but it'll be a Jolly July one. This was started 2nd of March 2023, i.e. during Stitch Mania. And it's called Merry Christmas You Filthy Animal. My love of Home Alone at Christmas. I'm not sure if this is still available. It's So Easy patterns on Etsy. I did debate whether I was actually going to stitch all of it. I'm doing this 1/1 on 25 count you go on a I think it's in cream. I've not got it written down. So yeah, I've done all the words. Yeah, we'll see. I was going to turn it into, well, it'd be quite a big ornament, but so is my other one. So yeah. Which is, it's a Home and Home, but it's when Macaulay Culkin drops his shopping on all over the floor. I think it's just that Christmas vibe. It did originally have 2020 on it, but I dropped the 2020 bit. I just love the fill. Next is another finish, which was, I started this on the 25th of May 2023 and finished on the 27th of January 2024. I just got it out and wanted to go for it, which is Caterpillar Cross Stitch Shine Bright. This was part of the club box that I used to subscribe to. So it's all called for DMC and Kit Ada. I just need to finish it into a hoop really. Then we have Binky and Death. Oh god, it's chaos over here. Got to put stuff back away I think, before we move on to 2024, which will be part 2 I think. This is Lizzie Farn, and it's Terry Pratchett, Binky and Death. That is not a great cover photo. You could buy it as a kit or just as a chart on eBay. I chose a sky blue fabric flare. Was it Summer Cloud? It's one of my favourites. I just can't remember what it's called. I can't find it on the... Might be because it's upside down, I'm rolling the wrong edge. Cloud Summer Sky, 32 count even weave, and that's where I'm up to. So from here down it's complete. Yeah, so I've got like, there's still quite a lot to do on that. And last 24 hours of cross stitch I spent an awful, not an awful amount of time, but quite a long time stitching on this. It will be a gift for the husband when it's finished. He's just gone into the kitchen to make his breakfast, so you'll hear things rattling, so apologies. That was started the 5th of August 2023 and I spent five days on it. I spent 10 hours on it I think, something like that, maybe a little bit more. Days doesn't necessarily mean the whole day, it's just I've pulled it out and worked on it essentially. Next is the Crystal Wedding Anniversary sampler. Started October last year. I want to get it finished by October this year. And this is by Nye Cross Stitch. Yeah, Nye Cross Stitch. That's what the pattern looks like. So you can get it as a kit or a PDF. I chose PDF. The chart isn't fantastic, but I just love the colours and the way it's done. So I've swapped out the pink roses for purple. So that's what mine's like, and I'm doing this on a ivory even weave 32 count. So the idea is to sort of personalise it to more of our wedding colours. the antique going on that one. Next last start for 2023 was the Jingle Ball Block Party hands-on design chart, which I had a serious time out with, so it might come out in Jolly July. I'm going to find a finished picture. If you've not been to Jingle Ball before, I highly recommend it. It's all online, you can dip in and out of it, you can just look at the shop, you don't have to go to the chat rooms or anything like that, but they're really friendly. Kathy Hoverman's class was fantastic, quite long, overran. Why have I not got an image? Oh, there we go. I've not got the pins for it. I'm hoping that when eventually it does get released for general release, I'll be able to get the pins from 123 Stitch, because Just Another Bottle Company don't deliver to the UK. I could probably find out another way of getting hold of them, but for the minute that's where I'm at. This is stitched on a 32 count platinum linen. Apologies for the hanging threads. But yeah, I kept making mistake after mistake with this, so it got serious time out. So you can see I think I'm almost at the other end of the block, and then I need to do the tops. There's 2 needle minders on this one. No wonder I've got no needle minders, they're all in other projects. That's where that's at. I have got a fabric patch for the top, but not called for, because I bought it as a chart rather than as a kit. And I've actually spent 2 days on it this year, but it will come out for Jolly July, if not just to tame those edges. That's another project that needs its edges tamed. I might set some aside to get the edges sorted on, although it won't be this weekend, because this weekend is just a bit crazy. Right, then we are on to 2024, so I'm going to pause here, reset, and we'll go again. See you in a minute. Right, part 2 for me, same video for you. So I've just reset and got myself a new drink. And we are on to 2024, which seems to be start all the things. Because I have finished 3 things this year. So on the 1st of January I ended up starting 3 different things. This got released, it was originally Stitch in London exclusive. I picked it up on her Etsy shop, Girl with the Gavel Stitches, and it's a crowned pigeon, blue crowned pigeon. And I did mine on a Stone Cloud Even Weave 32 count by Fabric Fair. Why have I still got a needle minder on here? Oh, because I haven't decided what I was going to put on the bottom. So the PDF chart doesn't show the gap between these, but you'll need that for finishing. And the idea is to stuff it full of the orts from the year. I will put some interfacing in as well. And it is stitched with the call for I think it's the call for DMC. You do need 2 skeins of the dark colour if you decide to swap it out. Yeah, looking forward to finishing that. I suppose I haven't decided what I'm putting on the bottom of it yet. I also started that day, let's do the big one, just about as I've left the chart over there. This is my memorabilia. Yeah, I clipped it to the thing of a dressmaker's daughter. Oops. And I have winter, spring, and this will be summer, and then autumn will be over here. Yeah, autumn will be over here. I'm stitching this seasonally, and as you can tell, I'm not going very fast very quickly. Stitching on cold 4, so this is a Permin milk chocolate, I think it is, 32 count. I seem to have left, I think I meant to come back to that and put that in, but I didn't. And then I think I've only put 1 or 2 strands in for summer so far. As you can see, I swapped out the scroll bar frames, and yeah, still needs a bit of work. It's not, it's just got a safety pin on it at the minute. I use way too much elastic, so it's a bit floppy at the minute. Yeah, and I just need to put some ribbon inside the project bag as well. If you don't know what that looks like, I'll stick a picture in here, because my chart's over there. And yeah, I'm going to bump the camera if I get up again. So that's had 6 sessions. Like I say, it started on the 1st of January. That pin cushion had 9 days when I got it all finished. Then I also started Gilmoreisms, which I've had 17 sessions on. Was a SAL, I fell behind and didn't catch up again. So this is what it looked like when it's finished. And I've done mine on a light blue 32 count Murano even weave, call for DMC, and that is where I'm at. So I'm doing the back stitch as I go. The borders aren't quite done yet. I had a frogging situation at some point because my border was off. So that's that one. Next is Charmander, who's had 11 days. I must admit, I got May's done in one day. 443 stitches is the target per month. This is no longer available. It's embroidery kit art for kids. Kids art, sort of thing. They're the 4 pieces. I've already done Bulbasaur, which is fragrant, stays in my son's room, and this is Charmander. It's on a 18 count black Ada, 2/2, called for DMC, so there's only 3 DMC colours, but you'll need more than one skein of the yellow and orange, and that's what that looks like. I've already got the frame for it. The goal is to finish this by the end of November, to get it framed in December to gift to my son for Christmas, which I'm on target for, so I'm quite happy with that. But to believe that I spent 2 days on it. I started on the 15th of January. This is by Silver Creek Samplers. It looks like this. Call for DM. No, all call for actually, so it's a mixture of weeks and DMC. I have. Is actually all I've got. And this is on a 32 count Belfast linen. So I got. It's got all the sparkly in it. That day I also started Cherry Blossom by Dimensions. I've really gone and started a load of things. Slowed down this month. But yeah, I had this sitting in stash for ages and I was just like, why? So we are. Yeah, I was going to grid this out in sulky and then decided, nope, I'm not doing that. Then I tried some fabric pencils, which is maybe the pale blue mark you can see. I also tried some fabric pens, which you can't see because it just faded away. I have now got it's not in here, but a fabric pencil that looks like a pencil but it's not a pencil. If that makes any sense at all. Because I'm a bit scared, probably the wrong word, but maybe, that you're going to be able to see it when I finish, and I don't want to spend that long on a full coverage thing like that and then be able to see marks through it. Next was an FFO that I've not got with me, which was the Northern Needleworks Expressions April. I stitched this for my mother-in-law's 70th, and that was gifted to her. So I started this on the 16th of February and finished on the 4th of April. Then it was FFO'd and off it went. So I spent 25 sessions on this. I'll pop a photo of mine. And mine was done on a 28 count natural linen. Because I started on 32, it just wasn't working for me, and I did switch the DMC slightly. I think the call for was like a dinky dyes, but the conversion, I just couldn't see it. It was fading into the background. So I did an Instagram poll and basically another colour completely wiped. Two colours wiped out what was the call for. So yeah. But she loved it. Yeah. Why have I got hanging threads on this even though I finished? I think I finished it last night and didn't have a pair of scissors with me. So I will sort of tidy that up for my next video. Although I might have started July by that point. This is Dee's 20 Stitches Stitch for Pride 2024. It was available for a limited time only in December last year. She did do a limited run this month, but I think that's now closed. If you're interested, check out their channel. But I think it was only for about 7 days, and I think it's closed again now. It opened up while I was editing the last video. I did pop it in the description box, but this is what mine looks like. So this is up to date at the minute. I'm using Country Cottage needle threads for this. It's fantastic. Yeah, so I've been watching a documentary on like Frida Kahlo, which was the June release. So I need to just finish that bit off. So there'll be more on that in my next video. Oops, don't do that. Stitch for Pride. Yes, I've spent 25 sessions on that already. I think sometimes I only put a few stitches in because life, you know. Sometimes we're really busy. Right, I started this on my birthday, and that was it. I know what I'm. Where? Oh right, I should have done that before that one. Okay, I'll talk about this one first. Yeah, so I started this on my birthday and haven't picked it up since. I've got teeth. So this is Silver Creek Samplers. Introverted, sorry, let's roll it up. I'm doing it in the DMC colourway because I want it to be colour fast. And my plan is to now invert the greys, but I literally picked it up on my birthday, started it, didn't think it looked right, so that's where we're at on that. It's a soluble canvas. I did get the idea from Andrew the runner stitcher of stitching on jumper. That's something I've not done before. I have used soluble canvas before, but not on a jumper. This is like a sweatshirt, so it's like somewhere across between a jumper and a t-shirt in terms of thickness. It's not typically what I think of when I think of a jumper, and I thought jumper and sweatshirt were the same thing, but they're not. So yeah, I spent one day on that, and that was started on my birthday. Also in February I started, on the 1st of February, I didn't follow the SAL as Lizzie. Oh, hold on a moment. Liz Matthews. So Liz from Liz from Liz Matthews did a SAL for Dimensions Cozy Cafe. What is doing, she said. I don't think it's finished, so that's what it looks like when it's done. I've gone rogue and just stitched where I wanted to. It's on all the kit provided stuff. I will get this out in Jolly July. I'll probably keep it on the Q-snap for now, but I think I've decided that Q-snaps aren't for me. And this fabric is tight. I could have done with stitching a bit of fabric onto it, but that's where I'm at with that one. So I'm just working off the paper pattern for that. Next was Home of the Needleworker, and I did this with the SAL Queens. This is Home of the Needleworker 2 by Little House Needleworks, I should say. Started this on the 15th of February, finished on the 30th of April, 25 days, called for floss. My own slight interpretation within there. But yeah, just need to FFO it now. And that is on a 32 count taupe even weave. Then we're on to my Dimensions Leap Day SAL. There's two SALs. I'm doing it for the over 4 years, so this is the other big Dimensions kit that I had that I really wanted to start. So I started Royal Catering before I knew about the SAL. I was like, should I use it as that or not? But I decided I'm just going to start it. So yeah, this is like the really dark navy bit in the top is 6 strands DMC. Well, assuming DMC, whatever they were using their kits. As you can see, I've just gone around the edge marking off the grid, but that's it. So yeah, stitched and all called for. I've just got like a working copy in there. So the goal is to get that done by next leap year. It's only 3.5 years, it'll be fine. She says with Victorian charm from 2020. So if that gets to Christmas this year, that'll be 4 years old. Which it will, because, yeah. Then for March Madness I started, I called it my little cross stitch box. I think when I've picked these up I've gone slightly out of order, which is confusing me a little bit. If you're wondering why I'm pausing, this is the Nutmeg Company by Meg Evershed. I picked this up when I was on holiday. It's on an 18 count. And that's the top of the box, and then this will be the edges. I don't think there's anything on the bottom. Yeah, there can't be anything on the bottom, must be fabric bottom. And you get all the kit supplies, so you get like a plastic canvas to wrap your fabric around, all the threads. There is a metallic in there. Yeah, just haven't finished it. But it's a tiny project, it's not, you know. I also started for March Madness Luca S Lolly, which is my first Luca S. Yeah. This is in all the kit supplies. Probably 10 to 20% I'll guess. So yeah, just a little bit of her face. Well, most of her face is done. Yeah, starting to come down on the body. Well, it will be. The plan was to try and leave the scarf till last, but I'm not sure if that will happen, so we'll see. The chart supplied with the kit is massive, so it's really big and clear squares, but it's a little bit big to manage, if anything. Well, better for it to be bigger than too small. But, oop. So next was Stitch All the Things, which I did as part of March Madness as well. I think this went through to the end. So I've got the bits to finish this, I just haven't finished it. I did my own conversion to Classic Colourworks, so that'll be the cushion. And that will be the strawberry. I've got felt, the number ribbon, the buttons came with it. Yeah, I just need to finish it basically. What is that? Need to put that to one side and have another product in there. Next was the 324 SAL by Works by ABC, R in Column. This was released at Nashville this year, and I loved it and jumped straight on it. I'm doing mine on a 40 count Newcastle. It's a 40 count even weave. Newcastle's the linen. Oh, there's a name for it and it's escaping me. Vader. Yeah, I think I said this in my last video. I really like the Vader, but I don't see any other colours unless Some hand dyers will dye it, like making coffee craft here in the UK will. But it's nice even, so that's where I'm at with that. I'm behind. I'm in the purples. I've got to frog this one because it's one whole stitch in the wrong direction, and I can't fudge that, so it's got to come out and go back in again. Yeah, I really like that when I pick it up. It's got to be a daytime one though because of the 40 count. Although I have now got some like readers that help a little bit. They're only 0.05, but it's just that little bit of extra help. So I could, in theory, work on it. So the idea is to do one motif block a day, and then finish before 24th of March next year. I need to catch up basically in order to meet that goal. It's kind of nice having a good go at it, to be honest, every so often. Next was the 70th birthday card, and I picked up peppermint purple blackwork patterns. I did this but not the outer band, and I stuck a 70 in there. I'll insert a picture. That was started on the 31st of March, finished on the 9th of April, so it only took me 5 days, and then it went straight out, FFO straight out. So before we said I'll insert a photo. That day I also started, as it was Easter, I bought this a few years ago. I thought, oh, it'd be nice to put some cross stitch in here, and picked up Osiris Nap's freebie from Easter a couple of years ago, in 2021. And I want to do the bunnies. I'm not going to do the border. I am going to do the grass, but I've only got 2 bunnies at the minute. I just need to pick out the right colour grey for the other bunny. So you can see I've gone rogue on this. Or junk with power, as the blue fowl would say. Yeah, so I had 2 bunnies growing up. One was a dark colour, one was like a light grey. I can't find another dye that I like that's the light grey, so I'm going to have to look at my DMC collection and pick one up from that. I might do a blend, I'm not sure yet. That's that. I've not used, I might have used one of the colourful, I'm not sure actually. So Cinnamon Twist was the brown one. No, that's not colourful. And I've entertained other colours for the other bunnies. I ended up with black coffee, Classic Colourworks black coffee for the dark bunny. I just need to figure out the light bunny now, light grey bunny, and then I just have to put some grass in and it will be ready to go into this. That'll challenge my FFO skills because it's a bit of an odd shape. Anyway, also started, this is the same day? No, this is the 1st of April, so this is the following day. With Sew Me Sarah, I started Stitch Some Happy by Hands On Designs. I had this already, called for DMC on a 30, yeah, I went 36 count, Edinburgh Linen Country Vintage Mocha on the muffled side. I think it will fit. I've got my own twerk in there somewhere as well. Yeah, I ended up reordering this because I put it down somewhere and then I found it since then. Don't know where it is at the minute. But the idea is to finish it into the start pan, so it'll just sit up above. It's like a pin cushion. But because it puffs up, some of the writing will go around the edge. Don't know if I'm going to put the rick rack on there or not. And that got 7 days. It's funny because that's what I spent longer on it. Don't know. Yeah, 2 strands on 36 count. It gives very full coverage, but because the stitches weren't too compact, it was fine. Then I'm off into May. Yeah, that was the only thing I started in April. Go April. I think that's the least starts if I didn't any of the months yet. So this is Arctic Blast. It's freebie on her Facebook group. It's like Howlin' Manning Designs. I think that's the name of the group. And then it's in the files. There are other things available as well. I couldn't decide what I wanted to stitch for a website, so I thought a freebie is a nice place to start. I'm doing this on a 16 count White Ada Easy Grid. And as you can tell, I'm coming down to try and get the borders to meet up. The colour that's on the edge is this one that had the most stitches. It now doesn't. Yep, so I'm working my way around the edges. So I ended up with a big border at the bottom accidentally. It didn't need to be that big, and to the side. I think I did my margin on twice. It's better than not at all, but hey ho. I will have hopefully some scraps that I can use from that. I've already hemmed the edge, so I'm not taking it off at the minute. And that's in all with all the call for DMC. There is quite a few colours in there. But they're absolutely gorgeous. I've only got one skein on at a time at the minute because there's a couple that use more than one skein. So yeah, purples and blues, a little bit peachy, a little bit green. It's a nice stitch to do when you just want to tune out. I've got it on Pattern Keeper. It's quite a nice easy stitch when I just haven't got brain power for anything complicated. Or tiny. So I spent 13 sessions on that. I spent one session on the 6th of May, which was a bank holiday in the UK. And that's on Song of the Nightingale. I chose to use the 40 count Vidal for this. 1/2. And I'm also using Valdani, so I forgot how to say that. They're my 2 blues. And then I've got a DMC, because when I ordered, oh, it's caught on the keys now. When I ordered, I didn't like the gold colour that came. It's too orange, so I've just got a Valdani in there. But this is definitely tiny stitching for me. See, I've made a tiny start on there, and I'm just trying to find. Oops, just trying to find the edge. Like I'm doing that in blocks of 10 to try and come all the way down. Why I did it in that zigzag motion, I'm not sure, but that's the DMC, that's the gold, whereas the other one I'm doing 4 crosses as I go. because that's the variegated. Yeah, I just need to pick that up really. Yep. And I've got a pair of millward scissors with that I would recommend. I've got something on the floor, but I don't know what it was. Next was Mildred Strawberry that I stitched with Sally and Sarah for Fun for 50 SAL, which originally that's a picture of both of them. That's the same image. So it's a top one with like a little butterfly. I used a pattern that went rogue. This is on the same fabric as Stitch All the Things, Stone Cloud by Fabric Flair, linen. No, it's not Fabric Flair, it's Swiger. It's Vintage Sand Dune, isn't it, I think. I'm pretty sure it's Vintage Sand Dune. But yeah, I use the same colours. And I chose to put my year of birth and my initials in. So that's what that looks like. And that just needs made up into a strawberry too. The idea is to put it with the Stitch All the Things strawberry. I have got a plan to stitch something else out of this book, which is the button box, but I haven't chosen my threads yet. I did think about starting that on a particular date in May. But I know Stitch SAL was interested in stitching it with me at one point, or I said I'd stitch it with her. But I just need to get the threads together for it. Next was the Caterpillar Cross Stitch North America SAL. I've done part 1, part 2 is now out, which I missed. I've downloaded that since, but I've not started it. So part 1 looks like this. It's on a 32 count Murano even weave by Swiger in light blue, pale blue, I can't remember. Call for DMC. I love stitching that turtle. Yeah, so the next bit goes off to this side. I'm worried about my placement, but we'll see how we go. I think I've stitched it a bit too far to the left, so we'll soon tell when we get the next bit in. I'm looking forward to stitching the, got whales, dolphin, oh, hot air balloon. Yep. So yeah, that's all called for. I went with the PDF option rather than the kit. Next start for May was with by hands. I'm stitching this with Stitch SAL. I'm doing it on a 40 count Country Vintage Mocha Newcastle linen by Zweigart, 1/1, Call for DMC. This is by Teresa Kogut. The booklet's over there. I'll show you the page. So that's what it will look like. And I know Stitch SAL is also stitched it. Is it one of your 6 for 60? I can't remember. But I know there's slightly different wording as well on the website. I've not checked that out yet. So that is with Thy Hands, and my first time using a Nerd Cheap, and that's where I've got to so far, and this is 1/1, like I say, with Call for DMC. Slow progress, but you know. So I've had 3 sessions on that. And then because it is May and mermaid, I wanted to start something with a mermaid. And the only thing I had with a mermaid was the thing that I bought as a SAL last year, I want to say, by Fabri Designs. And I didn't start it at the time. I need to get my other piece of fabric ready for that. So I've done part 1 so far. This is stitched on the Call For fabric with the Call For threads, which are Tom and Lily Creations, plus some Zweigart and some Petite Treasure Braid. This is part 1. It will be a needle book, so this is on the inside and then the mermaid's on the outside. So part 2, I've not finished. Thought I'd finished marking out the pages, but I haven't. The chart does actually call for you to do this as well. So I'll be doing the bit where the scissors go down here, and that's got 2 fish on it. And this is Blue Spruce, I want to say. Let's have a quick look. Section 1. Right. So that's what the mermaid will look like. That's the finishing tutorial. I do need to gather some other supplies, like the organza ribbon and button things, I think. Sequins as well. This is the same company that I did my owl with last year. I think it's a Bruce 32 count linen, and the other one's, I want to say it's a pearl grey. Trying to find. It'll be in this lot somewhere. There's a fabric card. Welcome booklet. It's down as an expert level, but there is a DMC version available as well. Oh, it's 28 count. Blue Spruce and Smoky Pearl in 32 count, which is the recommended. They've got an alternative which is 28 count. And it's quite handy because they give you like a little tick list so you can tick everything off as you go along. I love the Petite Treasure Braid, it really has a sparkle to it. I absolutely love the colours as well. So yeah, I've been wanting to start it for ages, so Amy was kind of like, yep, I'm doing it, I'm done. I'm sure that's from Artist. Yeah, that's still open. So then we get to June. I haven't got any starts for a while, not till Light by Barbara Anna. So I decided I want to stitch something for my dad. I've not got anything on the go, and we keep having lots of discussions about fishing and fish, and I picked up the Luca S kit that I got a while ago. I know there is a sale going on, I can't remember what it's called. I'm using all the kit supplies for mine. So it comes with like a cream pre-gridded fabric. I've not edged this yet. Yeah, and that's just 2 stitches. It's 14 count. But it's pretty full coverage. It comes on, the chart comes on like an A3 sheet. Not quite figured out how to work with it yet. I literally just wanted to start it, so I started it on the 16th of June, which was Father's Day. I knew there was a reason I rush started it. So yeah, that got started. I've not got a working copy in here. Something I need to organise. I think I can go to Ryman's, which is near me. Next is, so I had a few appointments. I wanted something small to work on, so I decided to pick up a Mill Hill kit, which will be a gift for my other son for Christmas, the one that wants a Darth Vader. And I picked up the littered one, which looks like this. He hasn't seen it. And that's where I'm at. So there's a lot of pale blue cross stitches to go in, a little bit more, and then all the beads. There's lots and lots of beads and a gem. Treasure. So yeah, I do like Mill Hill kits. They don't take very long to do. I only spent 2 sessions on that so far, which includes last night. And then this morning, because I suddenly remembered I didn't start that when I was meant to. Wednesday. Wednesday was very chaotic and full on. It didn't get started, and then I forgot. I just forgot. But I started Stitch this morning. 32 count, dirty Belfast. Yeah, Belfast. Which is Light by Barbara Anna. This is a freebie available from her Instagram. If you click on the link tree, scroll down. I think there are some other patterns there, but I've only downloaded this one. I'm stitching this as part of the Fun for 50 sale with Sally and Sarah. And my pitiful start on a house. 2 over 2 with call for DMC. Yeah, told you. It's not even quite got 10 stitches in it. That's my start. I was going to stitch on it a bit more before the video, but by the time I got all 52 projects together, and I needed to get it done, so we are now nearly 12 o'clock, so yeah, didn't get a chance to work on that any more than that. I'll probably work on it a bit more later, just so I can get a decent start on it. So yeah, that is my mid-year WIP parade. Like I say, I brought forward 24 of which I finished 7 of those. That's not too bad. But then I started 28 new things and only finished 3 of them. There are some small ones in there, and there are some projects that I will get finished this year, like Charmander. I'm trying to keep up with Stitch for Pride. I need to get the crystal finished. I think I'd like to get finished the dog project that I'm stitching with the person that doesn't stitch anymore. And I'd like to keep up with my sampler book, so I think the plan is might be to mark out my cover page and then I can cut the fabric for that. Might do a bit of work on that during the more lighter days before we descend into short days. Actually, technically we're already going towards short days. I think, pretty sure. So yeah, I'd like to get a bit more work done on some of those projects. Have I got any more planned starts? I don't think I've got any more planned starts. Debating whether to start Glitter Village next month, but I think that depends on how Jolly July goes. So I think we've got about 7 or 8 WIPs for Jolly July. Just realised, where is this? Okay, oh no, there they are. They were somewhere. Yeah, so it depends how Jolly July goes, and then obviously I've got those bits that I just want to get done anyway. We'll next see the person the dog is for mid-August, so yeah, I might do a bit more work on that today. I think, don't know if I'm at 50% already, but I kind of went a bit ham with it last week, so I need to do some more on that. Yeah, I think that's it for today. Planning to do another regular Flosstube. Not sure if it will be next week or the week after, because we are now into July, which is my really busy period at work. Scouts is busy too, and it's coming towards the end of the school year as well, so there is lots going on at the minute, and stitching keeps my mind rested to a certain extent, and I'm just going to pick up what I want to when I want to. It's the no sort of solid plans for Jolly July, but I definitely want to pick up my Christmas projects and do some work on them. See if I can get some more WIP Go goals ticked off potentially. And it's the 28th of June, so yeah, we've got 3 days of June left. But yeah, I'm gonna go. So I'm really rambly, so bye for now.